So what happened is this sounds hyper technical. I realize, so I'm going to try to make it sound not so technical because it actually affects every single franchise deal that's done starting on January 1 of this year.
Okay.
So what happened is the working group that regulates franchises um, issued new guidance last year to say we use these franchisors usually, well, not usually, almost every single franchisor everywhere in the country has used questionnaires, kind of like the one I've showed you there,
Yeah.
that ask somebody who's looking to sign a franchise agreement certain questions about what happened in the sales process.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole idea of the questionnaire is if I'm a franchisor and I have, let's say, a sales organization employing 30 to 50 different people,
Mm-hmm.
and you may have talked to any one of those people as a prospect, I don't necessarily know what all of those people said to you.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I hope they followed what I told them to do. I hope they followed my instructions,
Yeah.
and I hope that they followed the law. But I don't know for certain
Right.
that happened. So I'm going to ask you as my candidate to fill out a questionnaire as part of the signing process that says, did anybody say, excuse me, say any of this stuff to you?
Yeah.
Did they make promises to you about the type of money you might earn that isn't consistent with what the franchisor has in its item 19 of its FDD?
Right.
Did my candidate or did my salespeople tell you that you're going to get support or that we're going to do things for you that aren't already in the franchise contract?
Yeah.
I want to know these things before I sign the contract binding me.
Yeah.
Because if it happens later on that you come to me and say, I was promised this, that, or the other thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, wait, who said that to you? When was it promised? I didn't authorize them to promise. It can result in a lot of problems legally.
Right.
We could end up in court over it. So I, as the franchisor, would use a compliance questionnaire to figure out who said what to you, or if anybody said anything to you that I did not authorize during the sales process. So I'm going to ask you to fill one of those out.
Yep.
Now, some states, including the ones that regulate franchising, said last year we don't want franchisors using them anymore because the concern is that franchisors use them not as a shield but as a sword. In other words, use them in ways that were never supposed to happen to take unfair advantage over the franchisee. Like use them in litigation to say, but you can't claim now that somebody said something to you that's not in the FDD because right, that's where this document right here is where you said that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So a lot of states say, wait, that's resulting in a waiver of the protections created by our state laws for franchisees. Can't do that anymore. So some states have actually made it illegal against the law to do that anymore, including California, including Rhode Island. And other states that regulate franchises have also said that we're not going to let you register in our state if you want to if you've got a questionnaire in it that does this.
Mm-hmm.
So as of January 1st, there are several states, about 15 of them, certainly all the registration states, but then a couple more that are not going to let you, if you're a franchisor, register with a compliance questionnaire or use them. So that begs the question for franchisors. If I can't use this compliance questionnaire to make sure that my prospects are being told the right information before they sign the franchise contract, how do I figure that out?
Mm-hmm.
If I can't use a compliance questionnaire, what do I do? Well, I can interview you on the phone if you're my prospect and just make sure I can just satisfy myself by questions, oral questions. I can't ask you to record it. I can't use your answers against you. But I can at least ask you the questions and run through. Did somebody say this to you? Did somebody say that to you? Okay, I'm satisfied that we're on the same page.
Yep.
So I can at least do that as a franchisor. But as far as those compliance questionnaires go, In some states, I could actually be fined or that legal action taken against me just for even asking you to fill one of those things out.